Oh, what's your YouTube channel?
Well, this is not like fact,
It's a theory.
but there's a theory about that. That there's some sort of ancient people who came here and did mining, and they put all the refuse in a pile, and the mixture of the elements is heating up, is heating up, and that's why it explodes. I have no idea, but I thought it was interesting. I don't think it goes to the core of the Earth, though. See?
So all the other planets are light?
The planets are points of light, but you can't see that they're spherical. You can't see any of that. And they are a little different. They don't twinkle like the stars twinkle.
No, they don't believe that. Well, they have like
No, you can't land on the moon. Can't land on any of that. Yeah, it's all garbage. Do you believe there's a Tesla car up in the air?
A what?
Yeah, they put a Tesla. That's just, I mean, how can they mock us like that? That's just, they took off all the rear view mirrors, and what happens with the tires when they have exploded? I mean, it's just ridiculous. They said it was a stock car. No, it's garbage.
Do you? Probably not. Okay, why don't you believe that we've been able to get to the moon? Because the moon,
You can't, I believe you cannot land on it. Because I think it's a filament. I think it's not a rock. I think it's a filament.
You think it's a ball of light? It's a ball of cheese.
It's like a light bulb kind of a thing.
Okay, how would that work?
Like the anode is the sun and the cathode is the moon.
That's fine. How would that work?
Well, there's free-flowing electricity up there. Tesla proved that. Nikola Tesla. Yeah, Tesla's the one they ought to be teaching in science class.
Nikola Tesla proved that electricity can freely flow between two
But he didn't prove that it's
electricity is freely flowing.
And I say we live inside a torus field. I think we live inside a torus field and we are the inertial plane. Did you ever hear of that?
No.
All right. We're the inertial plane. That's what I think we
What
are.
does that mean? Mathematically, what does that mean?
Well, if you're going to, you can't.
Can I look at the mathematical formula and replicate that?
They are using mathematics to convince us, and mathematics is only a language.
Now, have you tested
No. This is the only math you need right here.
Well, here's the thing.
Curvature formula, 8 inches times a mile squared. If you can come up with a better formula, like 15 degrees equals 69 miles, okay, then prove where's the curvature. Where is it?
Now, miss, you're asking me, but I'm not a mathematician. Now, here's the thing.
Oh, well, you brought that up.
Mathematicians who have been paid over hundreds of years to come up with these mathematical
They tell you that, don't
that
they?
they release to the public, that you have public information accessible to, are able to take these, learn from it, and test it yourself at
Okay,
home.
and I've been telling
And you
everybody
can prove
here,
that these mathematical
I've been
formulas
telling
are correct.
everybody here that you take what they tell you and apply it to the world that you live in and see if it fits.
Yeah.
You have to make sure you're living in reality. Is this reality? What you're living, what they're
No,
telling
here's the
me is
thing.
reality?
What's the difference if it's flat or if it's round?
Wait, I'll tell you that
What
in a
does that
second.
matter?
I
What?
have a quick question because I came from California. You know, that's what I was doing.
Okay.
It took me about several hours
Yes.
to get from California to here.
In a plane?
Yes.
Okay.
in a plane. But it was much faster to get from here back to California.
Because of the ether moving. They call it the jet streams, but it's really the ether moving. Yeah.
But it's a direct.
Okay.
Yeah, no, there are air currents. There absolutely is all that. The sun heats up something and it's going to expand that and it's going to move the air around. There's no difference there.
What's the ether?
But if you look at the jet streams on a flat Earth compared to the globe, on the globe they have them going like this. On the flat map, they're just a circle. That makes so much more sense. Now, what was it? Something about why would they do this or something?
Yeah, why?
No,
Wait,
but what I'm saying is that
What's the difference between the globe and the flat? Why? What does it matter?
If it's a globe or if it's flat, why does that matter?
Why does it matter? Because knowledge is power.
Yes.
And they,
But knowing that the Earth is flat or cube or round,
what reason does the government have?
well, do you think it's good to believe a lie? How far do you get?
the question.
I can't answer exactly.
That's fine.
That's an
All he's
opinion.
asking, no,
It's
all
an
he's,
opinion.
All he's asking you to do is, if the Earth was really flat, why would
they
the
lie?
why would lie?
What do they lie?
What does the world gain from telling
What
us
does they
that
gain
they're-
from lying?
I can see the government hiding certain shit from us.
That's the biggest question.
How does that?
That is
That's
the biggest
true.
question that no one questions about any conspiracy
You don't
theory.
care if you're lied to. Okay. Are you going to
What
get
is their
married
game?
someday?
But that's not what I
Okay. Are you going to have? I can't unless you listen.
Why? In
No,
your
actually,
opinion-
to be fair, she was talking first.
Sure, go ahead.
Thank you. Okay. So, do you want to know that your children are really yours?
I guess so. Yeah, that's a fair point.
So-
yeah.
Children, I mean,
Don't know what that has to do with the Earth, but sure.
truth matters. Truth matters.
Yeah, fundamentally,
okay.
yes.
Yes, fundamentally, truth is important.
But we're not owed anything.
Now-
Especially not
Well,
the truth.
Speaking of truth, when there's thousands of years of empirical evidence from multiple different sources,
That's what they tell you.
That's
That's-
not what they tell you.
Now look,
That it actually,
Right here.
That's what they tell us, but at the
right here.
same
You see this?
What's the difference between
We have
Here. This is the evidence. This is the evidence that they're withholding from you. You start looking at some of these books from the scientists of that day, and you will know. I'm sorry?
Is any of that been peer reviewed?
I don't know. Look in your library.
That doesn't prove anything.
See if they're there. Look in the library. They're under nonfiction.
I disagree heavily.
Well, that's fine. You can do what you want.
Evidence because they don't really have real.
See, now why would somebody do this? Why would they do that? Just don't take one.
Okay,
Don't
like,
take it.
Me.
but if you look out into space at other planets,
I don't believe there is outer space.
so what is existence then?
Only living things in the world.
No, I think there is another species or whatever living here, and possibly underground. It's possible. I think there are other beings on this Earth.
I have a quick question because you just contradicted yourself. You just said you don't believe there's any outer space, but right before that, you said that there's electrical currents in space.
No, I said above us.
No, you
You said in space.
You said space.
I said space. I'm
here's
sorry,
the
I
other
made a
thing, too.
mistake.
Now that if you
Are you
take-
want to shoot me now?
If you take any
What the
material,
fuck does that mean?
Well, I mean, you want to laugh
I
at
gotta
it.
leave for the
to
pamphlet.
get this.
Okay.
I won't throw it out on
Said,
you.
are you
but
gonna
Thank you.
I
shoot
gotta-
me now?
Thank
There's
you.
no need to get fucking pumped up about it. I'm saying, look, man.
Anybody
You
want
can
one?
deconstruct this, but you gotta stay fucking calm.
That was just a rude comment.
Yeah, it's not a rude comment, man. See, and listen.
Don't be rude.
The point
Don't be
is that
rude.
if you take any material, whether it be solid, liquid, gaseous, or whatever, you put it in a free-flowing state, what requires the least amount of energy is it to go into a spherical state. Now, the Earth is not perfectly spherical. That is an image. That is what we see.
What do you
as
think
we
it is?
perceive.
Oblate spheroid or pear?
There's multiple different, not multiple different.
Well,
but there's
isn't
divots,
Neil
there's
deGrasse Tyson
plateaus,
your-
there's
your
plains. If
guru?
you look at the Earth in a topographical sense, there's plains, there's plateaus, there's mountains. It's not perfectly spherical, but I can guarantee you it's not flat.
Well,
How can we prove
and
that
I
it's
think
flat?
it is. So we have a difference of opinion, but I can still
Absolutely.
like you.
Absolutely. My name's Sean, by the way.
Hi,
It's
Sean.
nice to meet you.
So there. What do you think? It makes you think. I'm happy. That's all I came here to do, was to make you think a little.
So wait, so you said
So that's
that
cool,
you
either
think
way.
outside of the dome is salt water?
I think so because of ancient writings saying the water was separated from the water.
Okay.
That's the only thing I know.
All debating. One person.
Well, okay, hold on.
That's awesome.
This is important. Okay? They're lying about the earth and they're also lying about evolution. We did not evolve from monkeys or lower level beings. We were much smarter in our past. We were much more intelligent. Do not confuse technology with intelligence.
We were smarter before flat earthers came.
We were much smarter in our ancient times. Absolutely. Technology is here and it makes
in a
it.
more enlightened age than
No,
any before other
and
time.
this
we have access to
You
all
gotta look
information
into it.
across all time and space made available.
You
to us
gotta
by
look
human
into
history.
it. There's a clock that's thousands of years old and it has everything on it. You gotta look into these things. There's more than just this on there that you're not looking at. I don't know the age. I can't even
You have like an
imagine.
estimate? You guys have like an
4 or
estimate?
5 years.
No.
Do you think it's like thousands? Do you think it's like thousands? Do you think it's millions upon years old?
I don't go where the millions because that's all in with the evolution
You think
thing.
we're a I believe we're a simulation. I believe that none of this is real.
There you go. You can think what you want.
No, I personally believe that. Because, I mean, you look at a lot of things, and I mean, you know what? Who knows? It could be anything.
Diamagnetism. That's
What about
diamagnetism. It's a push down, not a pull down. It's called diamagnetism. Yes. I got her. She's fast, that girl. Really, there's something to it. Can I give you one? I didn't fold it yet. On the back, if you type in one of these two videos, you get everything that's on my banners.
Back to the original point that I was trying to bring up, whether it's spherical or flat, we're all in existence. We're all living. We're all conscious beings. We all have to wake up every day and be ourselves and get a job and make money and live in a house.
Everybody is themselves.
And not everybody pays taxes.
Not everybody pays taxes. That's true. Folks,
So I want to be one of those that doesn't pay the taxes, but I'm not going to lie to get there.
No.
See, that's the difference. In order to be in power in this world, you have to lie, and you have to be part of a secret society or something. I don't know.
Do you have a job?
Yeah, this is it. This
That's
is it.
rude.
No, it's not.
I take care of my 91-year-old mother,
And that's your job?
and doing this is my job. I also.
It's a little bit intrusive,
You
I'll be
interested? I'll
honest.
tell you my personal life. Does that matter to you, or do you want to look at the evidence and decide for yourself about where you live?
But it's not really evidence.
Well, then that's all you really should ask me about, mister.
I like your shirt. Thank you. I grew it myself.
No, you're here. It's a valid question.
No, it's not. I'm not interested. Well, the planetarium is very interesting
Now,
because
what
you're
response
sitting
do you
on
get
a
to
flat,
the
excuse me. You're sitting on a flat floor in this planetarium, and there's a dome above you.
The stars, it supports the theory.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
I didn't go.
Miss, what was your
Doesn't it? Doesn't it?
Excuse me, miss. What was your name again? I'm sorry.
Marilyn.
Marilyn. Now, let's say, hypothetically, if we got in contact with the right people and we gave you the opportunity to get in a spaceship and go to space and orbit the planet.
Have a nice trip. I'm never going.
You're
Because
never gonna
they
go
would
orbit the
never
planet?
bring me back. I know that. No. You can believe what you want. If you want to stand here and just say I'm kooky, then I'm not interested.
But the Voyager, launched in the 1970s,
You have to believe that.
took a picture of
I
Earth
don't believe
in
it.
space.
I don't believe it.
Why? Because you weren't the one who did it.
No, I just don't believe that there's an outer
So that's
space.
to discredit scientists, people who have committed their whole lives to these.
Is there anybody who has a question about what the flat Earth is about?
What
I
is
have
it
a
about?
question. If you don't believe in outer space, then how does the sun move?
The sun moves above us,
In outer space.
and
you
it
just said the
no,
sun
it's,
is
it's only it's within the dome,
What about day and night?
and it's less than I think there's calculations that it's like 73 miles high, the dome, so it's within that space.
Like a flashlight.
Yeah, you have to figure this out for yourself. You have to prove it to yourself.
There's no curvature and the sun's directly above us. Why is the sky blue? Because that's supposed to be from the curvature of the atmosphere and everything.
Well, some people say that the dome is made out of a sapphire material. Some people say that.
So
Yeah.
the blue sky is caused from the sun. It wouldn't be the dome.
I don't know really what causes it. I'm just telling you what I've heard, and I don't really know.
Check it out.
Other planets don't exist.
I like
They are not rocks that you can land on.
Age of Empire.
They're points of light that don't twinkle like the stars. The stars twinkle. I don't know why the planets don't planets. They used to be called wandering stars. The planets used to be called wandering stars. And it's only within the last 100 years that they changed it to planet.
So do you think the stars are made out of gas? Or do
I spent a couple of years out of high school.
The stars are points of light and they're made by sound waves.
I want to make sure.
Stars are made by sound.
What about Saturn?
Look up this video. The video is called Star in a Jar. If you direct sound waves at a jar of fluid, you'll get a point of light in there that flickers.
Electromagnets does not work that way. Gravity is forced around a mass. The sun is the biggest.
stars are sound bouncing off?
Okay, you're telling me about the globe model, right?
No, I'm telling you about actual physics.
Okay, you're talking
You know
about the globe
physics.
model. Yeah.
Okay. Gravity. Explain it to me.
Gravity, in practical terms, pulls to the center of the ball.
Pulls to the center of greatest mass, which is why everything circles around the sun.
No, you can't teach
sun
me
has
the ball
biggest
model
mass.
because this is not what this is
I
about.
bet you're a Scientologist. As well.
No.
So flat Earth is science, and that's real. Scientology is way out.
More of those?
And
What are you going to do?
My buddy wants them.
Do not throw them and rip them and all that.
I mean, different song to song.
If the earth is flat, why is it rolling this way then?
Because they were very poor at making the concrete.
So what made you believe that the earth is flat?
I'm sorry?
What made you believe the earth is flat?
2.5 years ago, it kept popping up on YouTube and things, and I'm there. What is this crap? I mean, what is this crazy stuff? Why would I even look at that? The second time I saw it, I said, "Oh, those poor delusional Christians." And I'm a Christian, so like I believe the Bible. So I just didn't want to accept it, didn't want to look at it. The third time it came up, and I had just seen a movie called The Principle. It's about a geocentric globe, and the universe is around the globe Earth. So I knew there were different models. So I said, okay, if there's anything to this, there has to be a model. And I found one, and I started studying it, and it made so much sense. And then I watched 200 Proofs, which is on my batters. And if you type in one of those two links, you can get the video 200 Proofs. And then you'll see all the evidence, and you can decide for yourself what it is.
I mean, like, I already have my mind made up, because I just want to
That's okay. It's good to test it, though. It's good to test what you're thinking. Because that's a free thinker. If you close things off, you'll never learn anything.
A while ago. Which one do you clouds and how did they move?
Clouds! Oh, I'm glad you brought up clouds.
Yeah, I used to work there.
Let me tell you about clouds. All right, clouds, you never see clouds go over the curve. Did you know that? If you get out on a day where there's lots of cumulus clouds, you always see the bottom go stepping down like that. You never see them going around the curve. I made a video on that myself. You never see them go around where you see the bottom. Like you see a ship go over the curve, you never see the bottom of a cloud. And number two about clouds, does the moon cause the tides? So, what are clouds made out of? How come the clouds aren't sucked up to the moon?
Because they don't.
They're lighter than the oceans.
Are you going to be here tomorrow?
Oh, but it can move the water in the ocean, but it can't move the cloud.
Clouds are formed of an atmospheric pressure. They only form at certain altitudes.
Like if it's not the moon, or is it the moon?
Well, there's a lot of things about the tides that I think is a very interesting. I can't even tell you. You'll just freak out if I tell you.
So how do we explain this?
So when you sail to the edge of the earth, do you fall off?
Some people say the earth breathes. It moves.
Yeah?
Yeah. And now what that means, I'm not sure. But I think it's a great idea to look into that.
Which at the edge of the earth then?
Antarctica goes all the way around the outside edge. And I think there's a dome. That's what I think it looks like.
Wait, so there's no such thing as...
You want that too? You're going to collect all the cards.
Can I get 10 of them?
No.
So can you explain how we have seasons?
Huh?
Can you explain how we have seasons?
Can you move a little bit? Okay. Here's the seasons. Here's the Tropic of Cancer, and this is our summertime. So the sun comes up here, goes around, and it stays up here for 3 days. Then it goes down to the equator. Then it goes down to Capricorn. That's our winter. And when it's in Capricorn, it moves faster. Now I want to show you something. This is Australia. But on a globe, Australia is that big. Why is there a difference? Because in the flat Earth map, it moves faster. It covers more land at one time. They had to squish Australia together to make it go together at the bottom of the globe.
And a flatter map is also spread out so you can see everything.
There's a lot more ocean. A lot more ocean.
Can you explain time zones?
That's a man-made construct.
How is it man-made? I love
because they just put the lines there. They put the grid on, and they say, we're going to start right here. Is there anything, like if you were lost on an island, would you know, you'd only see the sun come up, that's the next day.
See the sun go down too.
Well, and I'll tell you why that goes. I'll tell you why that is. But it doesn't have,
Sunrise.
but the sun does not stop and say tomorrow's Wednesday and it's starting right now. It doesn't do that, it just keeps moving.
The days of the week are man-made.
So time and the time zone.
Rising and setting is not man-made.
Okay, so that's man-made. Now the rising and setting. If you want an experiment for this, it's perspective. The sun goes away from us, okay? But why does it look like it's going down? If you take one of those page magnifiers sheets, and that will represent the magnification of the moisture in the air. If you put one of those on a table and you put a ball behind it and push the ball away, it will go down. It's the magnification of the moisture in the air that makes it look like it goes down. Isn't that interesting? That's something you can test yourself. Test all these things yourself.
So the sun is always the same size though, like as we look at it, like if it was
Not necessarily. Did you ever see a moon like very low and it like was huge and then 20 minutes later it's up there and smaller?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Okay.
But you can't really look at the sun too long to really get that.
Okay.
So do we exist in a 2 or 3-dimensional universe then?
I don't know how to answer
Because
that.
if the Earth is on a 2-dimensional plane,
It's just the Earth.
then how do
Well, we can't see a lot of things that are 3-dimensional, but I know that you're not flat. I know you're not flat because
How do
look,
you know?
I can walk around you.
So?
Well, maybe the butt's a little flat, but
Hey, that's okay.
what? Explain what?
Explain anything.
Anything? Where'd you get the Ocean Casino?
Ocean Casino.
It's what is it?
I gotta hear.
Oh, is this for your college? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Ocean County.
What about the meteorite that destroyed the dinosaurs?
That's right, I am.
The meteorite crashed into the flat Earth when it went through it.
Yeah, how do you explain meteor?
The only thing they say about meteorites is you never see them go up. If it was really a ball in space, that you might see some go the other way.
Almost crashed into us.
Did you see it? I know, you were told that, so I don't know. I'm not ashamed to say I don't know.
Electromagnetic waves.
And the Earth doesn't, the sun doesn't set, it just kind of comes
It comes towards us and goes away from us.
Or maybe we go towards it and go away from it.
Well, that's your ball model, and I'm not here teaching the globe model. I'm here teaching the flat model, and you got to decide what's true for you in your life. That's right. That's
irrefutable
see
evidence
that. Well, you type in those, and then it'll give you everything on my banners. But right here it is. North Pole's in the center. Antarctica is what goes around the whole outside edge. All these world organizations use the flat Earth map, but they leave off Antarctica.
So this is the North Pole. So where would this be?
Where the North Pole is, on here. It's like opening up the bottom and flattening it out. That's what the flat Earth is.
So there's no South Pole.
Well, the south goes around the outside here.
So then how do you explain the magnetic polarities and everything?
Well,
When you make a compass and
the compass always points to the North Pole.
Yeah.
Okay, it never points to the South Pole.
Okay, it never points to the South Pole.
Okay, so
But that leaves the back.
can you stand here? Thank you. He's the North Pole. I'm circumnavigating him. Okay. See, it always pointed us to the North Pole.
Okay.
And I just went around, so I circumnavigated.
Okay.
Just like on a globe, you can circumnavigate too.
My biggest problem is that you have a globe wrapped around your neck.
Why? Why is that a problem?
Because
It's
you
also
don't
a
have
ball,
because
and I
you-
can squish it.
because
And
you-
if I threw it, my dog
because
would
you-
chase it.
Because you don't have a model of the flat Earth to show me.
Well,
Pictures don't
I
prove
should
anything.
buy. I
This is
should.
physical.
Well,
I
here.
can see
This is the best one I got.
This is the best one you got?
That's the best one I got.
So-
I buy all this
So
myself.
what you're telling me is
I
that
don't
I
have the
live
money.
inside of a snow globe.
Pretty much.
Underwater.
Pretty much. Yeah, the water's on the outside, not on the inside.
Which means that there's a larger flat Earth that we're inside.
Everybody jump back.
Wait, how do you explain, is it happening? We can see meteor showers.
Meteor showers?
We can see them.
Well, I don't really have a lot of information on that.
Whenever meteor showers occur, they go around.
Yeah, well, the dome is
Many meteor showers when I was up there.
the dome is curved. Look at else. We have. Can you move just a step? Rockets also. Look at this. Rockets curved.
Because we're right back into Orlando.
Well, that's your globe model. If you want to believe that, be happy. Be happy. Okay? If you want to know the truth, you have to research a little bit and decide.
Do you know what the globe is made out of?
You have to decide.
Do you know what the globe is made out of? Like, or the dome, the dome, like this? What is it made
Well,
do you think it's glass or do you think it's like...
I think it's something that can repair itself.
So are you saying
Because
the ozone is the top of our dome?
the layer not
Without the ozone, everything would be dead.
I'm not sure that the ozone exists. I'm not
would be
sure
dead.
about that.
Everything would be dead.
No, but that's why we have the dome.
And the Van Allen radiation belts, I think those are.
Solar flares.
Yeah, the sun
I think those are an excuse to not say dome. That's what the government is telling you, so they don't have to say
They
dome.
say ozone layer instead of dome.
Yes.
If the sun is smaller than
sun
Earth,
is too far.
if the sun is smaller than Earth, how does it heat up so much of the area without
Because it's very close.
how close?
But it
10
was
miles.
so close.
That's my
Sun
guess.
is 10 miles away.
My personal guess.
She's saying it take longer. It take longer for you and me to get to
It's almost 10
Lakewood
miles away.
than it take to get to the sun. She's saying we can hop in the whip and get to Lakewood faster than anybody can get to the sun, bro. Real shit. That's what she's saying. You and me jump in the wind, traffic and all, and get to Lakewood.
What's the whip?
In 10 minutes. The car.
Your car?
You saying you said the mile.
You have
said
a
the
car
sun?
called a whip? What's that? A bus?
The
What is
whip.
it?
The
What's
whip.
that?
Whip is a
The whip is any vehicle you drive in.
Oh, is that some new terminology?
I mean, yes.
You guys, you make up your own language, don't you?
It kind of sounds like something you're doing.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, look at the evidence. Don't believe me.
Hey, look at my evidence.
I'll tell you what. Go to Wildwood. Go to Wildwood and take a P1000 camera and take videos of Atlantic City.
I'm not good
At
on
nighttime.
gas. I'm not good on gas.
Yeah, well,
Wildwood
I did
sounds
that.
like it's kind of far, but the sun
I
doesn't
did
sound
that.
that far.
I did that.
You guys want to take a trip to the sun?
The sun could be so close and you're not like roasting to death.
Because it's small and it's not hot burning gases.
If it was so small,
It's a
then
light bulb.
how can it go through? Like how can
It's
it
like a halogen light bulb.
Wait, okay. Is it attached to the top of the globe? Like, is it dangling or is it suspended?
I don't think it's attached. I think it just runs on a circuit like an invisible. Did you ever see quantum physics? There's a super chilled disk and there's a metallic track.
I have seen that.
And
Yes.
I think it's something like that.
Like that? That's true.
So the metallic track is
I say it's something. It's just levitating there. I don't know that there's any strings.
What was your, it wasn't gravity, it was
Diamagnetism.
diamagnetism. Doesn't work on the sun and the moon?
Where is that? I have it here. So here.
There you go.
Okay.
Here you go, guys. We
So
have
the
to
diamagnetism doesn't work on the sun?
You can't kick her off because
I never stood on the sun.
Neither
You know, I mean, I'm not making fun. I'm saying, what is the practical application? That's why you are never taught the curvature formula. You are never taught the curvature formula because there is no practical application for it.
Ken, are you recording us?
Yes.
oh yeah, that's illegal.
I am. No, it's not. I am legally allowed.
We didn't ask permission.
No, you don't. No, you don't. I have 13 Supreme Court cases that say I have every right to do what I'm doing.
Which court gave you that?
Wait, I thought you were
Well, except for the evidence. I mean, you're asking me a lot of questions I don't know. I'm just telling you what it could be.
Well, there's evidence that there's also rats.
cops ain't even allowed to record.
Well, you have to decide if that evidence is true.
You telling me you above the law?
Yeah, we aren't even allowed to record in lecture.
I think it's a fact.
I can't record it like
I know it because I studied. I studied and I went and looked for curvature. I still can't find
People
curvature.
have looked for curvature, studied that.
Well, then you have to decide what you want to believe for your life.
So what is fact and what is fiction?
Jail free card.
Yeah, one's a lie and one's a truth. Yeah.
I've been on planes and seen curvature.
I flew every year for over a year and a half, every week for a year and a half, and the horizon's always up here, and that can't happen if it's a ball. It should be down.
You don't see it drop down?
Nope.
So wait, how come the horizon is up here and not level with that?
Because it's a product of perspective. It's perspective.
Can you explain that, or should I look it up?
Do you have an art teacher here? Ask her about perspective, or
We have an
him.
astronomy teacher here.
Really?
And the planetarium.
And the planetarium.
That's nice. And that's a picture of our Earth. Because you're sitting on the bottom, which is flat, and everything is in the dome.
I'm sitting on the flat ass ground as I speak.
Yeah.
We have a lot of physics teachers here, you know.
Actually, my butt hurts from sitting on
Ask them about water. Ask them about that. Go.
If it's flat,
No, because you're seeing different parts. At nighttime, you're going to see the dome is turning. The dome turns. So at nighttime, in different seasons, you'll see a different part of the dome.
Why does it take 3 months for us to see a different constellation in a different spot?
If we just had 3 different orbits.
Now, let me tell you one thing, okay? The swastika. Do you know what the swastika is? Okay.
This took a big turn. This took a big turn. Explain the swastika. The swastika. Okay, you gonna talk about KKK next? Okay, let us.
The swastika, its origin is the Big Dipper at all the 4 seasons.
Actually, the swastika was originally a peace symbol, to be honest with you.
Yes, and it's had many meanings and it's been twisted throughout the years. But its origin is the Big Dipper.
So do you think the Nazis knew about the flat Earth?
Yes.
You do.
How?
And like that was like their symbol?
I think our history has been twisted.
Are you gonna be here tomorrow?
I'm sorry.
No?
I'm sorry.
Okay. You gonna be here tomorrow?
No. It took me an hour and a half to get here.
I need your answer on this question though. Is water wet?
I need your answer. I need your answer.
I want your answer.
So wait, does the water fall?
I also kayak, and yes, the water is wet.
You're lying.
I'm lying.
Water cannot be wet. Water cannot be wet. Water can things, but water cannot itself
Wet
be
is a
wet.
feeling.
You can't wet water. I dare you to wet water.
No, this explains
You
it.
wet water right in front of me and I will give you $50.
You're funny.
You wet water, I will give you
Let
money.
me see the 50 first.
Let's use it.
Here we go. Oh, you see the moths flying out.
I got you trying to call me
No, we used to say that.
So wait, where does the water go? Like if it's flat, where does the water go? Does it just go off?
No, it's just contained. It's just contained.
Okay, I've been learning there's a fucking
Towers to the domes. Why do most buildings, a lot of ancient buildings had domes on them? Because they were energy collectors.
My last question is about what is gravity?
Oh,
What is gravity? Solar panels?
Gravity is a pull to the center of the ball, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, if there's no ball, there can't be a pull to the center.
Okay, so
Okay, so if it's flat,
there's no gravity.
and we're inside a torus field. Did you see this yet? You came late. I should have just left this on.
You should just restart.
Wait, do you have a YouTube channel?
Oh no, my voice wouldn't last. We live inside a torus field. We are the inertial plane. This is the North Pole. Antarctica's around, and the dome covers it all.
So Antarctica.
We are the South Pole. I think is the Antarctica.
South Pole is not Antarctica.
So what's gravity?
There's so many people in other places in the world.
So you're saying it's down here?
Yes, because you just made a sphere.
Yeah, you're right.
You just literally made a sphere.
Yeah, but we're on the inside.
You literally made a fucking sphere.
But it's not this. We're not.
That is that.
We're not on the inside.
If you open it up, you make a flat sphere. That is a sphere. The North Pole's on the top, South Pole's on the damn bottom.
And if you think that the Earth supposedly breathes, think about it like the movie of tectonic plates.
You told.
Everywhere.
Don't even feed the fire on this one.
Can I ask you a question about the picture of the... So, Antarctica is like frozen because it's made out of ice.
There?
Well, I'm saying like here.
Okay.
If Antarctica's so frozen when
It
the sun's
doesn't.
here,
It
what
doesn't
happens
get
to the
that
planet
close.
here? Yeah, but I mean that's way farther. Shouldn't that freeze?
Well, no, it comes around again.
Yeah, but it gets the same exposure as the rest of Antarctica apparently by that model.
Yeah, but it doesn't get as close to Antarctica as it does up here.
In this model, Antarctica, every part of Antarctica will get 12 hours of sunlight. So with the rest of the planet.
Oh, no, it doesn't. It never gets the 24-hour sun like the Arctic. That's another lie. No. Antarctica does not get the reverse of the Arctic. It does not.
Do you know any famous scientists that can prove the flat Earth?
They wouldn't let them be famous.
That's exactly right. But, no, Samuel Rowbotham. You take a picture of this. Look up some of these books.
No.
Zetetic astronomy. Look up that.
Amazon
Didn't we already prove that the Earth was round when Columbus went sailing?
No, that's what they tell you. Who writes the textbooks? Who writes the textbooks? The government. They're going to put in there what they want you to know.
I still don't know why they would lie.
Oh!
Why would they benefit from
Knowledge is power. If you believe a lie, it's not knowledge.
That doesn't. Like, not a good excuse.
Can you explain what a solar eclipse is then?
Oh, here we go with solar. It's not the Earth. It's not the Earth causing it. Did you ever hear of something called Rahu and Ketu? Rahu and Ketu. They are heavenly bodies that you can't really see, but they can block out the sun.
So
yeah, there's things up there that they're not telling us about.
If that's the case, then why aren't solar eclipses more frequent than maybe a couple hundred years? Or was it like 30 or 40 years?
I don't know the pattern. I don't know the pattern for that.
You mentioned you're Christian. What about heaven and hell?
You can't bring well, I'll tell you what my religion is. Okay, it says in the Bible that Jesus is the way, the truth, and life. So I worship life, I worship the truth, and I worship the way, which is love and kindness. So that's my religion. I don't go to churches. I don't do that anymore because they don't tell the truth. But if you love and life and truth, then you'll get somewhere. That's the religion everybody should have, is worshiping truth.
If you can give me this answer, I will completely change my whole belief system.
Oh gosh.
Completely.
That's really a heavy weight on me now.
Has anyone ever seen the flat earth edge?
Oh no.
Okay.
No, but the government has. They're all down there. They are militarily protecting Antarctica. Look up the Antarctic Treaty of 1959. 53 countries signed it, and they're all protecting that. Look that up, and you can. When you watch this video,
North, south, east, or west, we should be able to hit
we have no world enemies.
I'm not saying anything about world enemies. I'm saying that we should be able to go in any direction for however long the flat earth is and fall off and hit the edge in any direction.
Yeah, and if they let you get near Antarctica, you can do that. They don't let you near it.
Not just Antarctica, it's a flat earth. You can go in any direction.
Well, I think that it stops with the dome, which is in Antarctica somewhere.
So if we're on a dome and the earth is flat, we should be able to go in any direction.
Do what?
If we go to Antarctica, we can see the edge of the earth.
I think so.
We should be able to go in any direction and see the edge.
Yes.
500. We should know.
What time is it? Does anybody know?
It's 1:18.
1:20. I think my voice is like done. So I really appreciate your time. I hope it gave you something to think about. You know? One last question. Anybody? One last question. It's not a sticker. It's like a card. But yes, you can have a sticker or a card. That's a card.
So your whole argument is basically that your flat Earth model can explain all the phenomena that we have previously been using our global model to answer. So we have the global model that's widely accepted, and that explains all the phenomena we see from the eclipse to all the astronomical stuff we see. And you're saying, all right, well, our flat Earth model, there's explanations for all the same stuff. So you're still chasing after another model that has like way more.
Well, what's
behind
true
it.
though? What is true?
Right.
And isn't it better to know what's true?
Yeah. No, I'm not saying to believe the global model just because people
You know,
say I should.
Eratosthenes, he said there was a distant sun, and it was huge. And he made this experiment where you put a stick here, or was it the well or something? There was no shadow, and over here there was a shadow. And he said that proved that it was curved. But that also works on a flat surface when the sun is very close.
Right.
And no shadow here, and it made a shadow here.
From what I've seen.
So you have to decide what's true. I
Right.
can't.
But so I'm asking, what makes you choose this model that you think explains everything?
Because I
as
could
opposed
not
to
find
global?
curvature. I looked and looked, and I can't find curvature. When I went to Jim Thorpe, I looked down 60 miles and saw my relatives down at the Indian Town Gap. So there's no curvature. Why would they lie? I'm still searching. I'm not done.
So
I'm
curvature
not
is what
done.
did it for you. Like that's the lie that you found in the global
No curvature, and water's always flat. Yeah, you just got to start with simple things, and then find out what's true. Because then you know not to believe everything everybody tells you.
So what about the mountains? Like how, like is it?
How are they formed?
Yeah, because
I don't know that.
You don't know that? Okay.
No, could have been a couple of different reasons. I'm looking into all that kind of stuff. Did you get one of my brochures?
No, I didn't.
Okay, now look. Type in one of those two links and you'll get everything
your
on my
YouTube?
banners. Yes, it's YouTube.
Okay.
Did you get one? And then you'll see everything on my banners and more. Okay, because I numbered the blocks that are on there.
Right.
So this is what the Earth really looks like, you're saying?
I think so.
In your perspective.
That's right.
Interesting.
So you decide for your own self.
I got you. Like I said to you before, you believe what you want to believe, and I'll believe what I want to
That's
believe.
good.
You're not going to come
But
here
even
and just be
studying
like,
this is going to make you smarter.
I
See, because you're
agree
going to
with that.
question things.
Right.
You know?
Collision of ideas.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. And we should all be open to this. Thank you for stopping.
We're going back. I was like, wow.
Okay, I think my throat is killing me. Too much talking. There is no such thing as evolution. We used to be smarter, and we're getting dumber.
Evolution happened.
Yeah, man.
No. I studied evolution before I studied flat Earth.
Wait, how would you explain a tailbone and stuff like that?
It's not vestigial. The tailbone holds up your gluteus maximus. And the appendix is part of your immune system. Stay away from vaccines and stay away from pharmaceuticals, guys. You have no idea how the immune system works. How does your immune system work? I know, because they don't give it to everybody. See, what they don't want you to look into, they mock. Know that. They will mock it. So they mock anti-vaxxers because they don't want you to reject it, vaccines. Look into that.
Regardless if they're dumb or not. What I'm getting at is that you gotta disagree people because they're dumb.
Would you like any help?
I'm good, thanks. I do this all the time. And sometimes I just leave it like this and I'll go to like a motorcycle bike night at the town or something. I just walk up and down. I talk to everybody, it doesn't matter.
The real question is, why are you recording?
Because I teach other people how to do this.
It's a YouTube channel. Oh, can I get one of those,
I teach other flat earthers how to do this. And they have to see me interact with other people.
Have you ever went to the edge?
No. Have you?
like the little
Which ones?
That one, right?
These?
Yeah, I have this one. I want this one.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Anybody not get one?
Thank you.
Kill your son.
Thank you so much for being so kind and
Thank you. I
and
feel
sweet.
open-minded.
I'm glad. That's good. That's all I wanted.
You know what?
Peter? I'm ready to go. How about you?
Does anyone need Miss?
Yes.
Can I make just one point?
Sure.
Regardless of whether or not you and I agree or agree, this was awesome for one reason and one reason only, because you had a very large crowd of people coming together. And now look, multiple people were talking
They're
to you.
talking. And
Everybody's
they're
having a
thinking.
conversation.
They're thinking. I love that.
Isn't that nice? Regardless
See
of
ya.
how they agree or not.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay. What did he say? Don't what? Don't fall off on your way out or something?
I'm sorry, I cowered. The guy was
That's
literally
okay.
about to- he was
No.
he says, I'm going to arrest you in 30 seconds.
I know.
And I'm like,
I know.
gosh, I'm like, I cannot do it.
I know that. I understand. I don't feel bad about you or anything. I don't. Because I know how tough they can be. They want to intimidate. Yes, they want to scare you.
Don't F with me, man. He says, I'm going to ruin your day.
That
That one guy, the tall guy with the dark hair.
Yeah.
He had his hand on his gun and said,
Really?
and then the police officer
Wow.
went in my bag and started looking through my bag.
Oh my gosh, that's illegal. That's unwarranted search and seizure.
I said, I don't consent to searches. He said, get out of my bag. He says, oh, is this your bag? Prove it. He says, show me your ID.
I wouldn't give him my name. I just said Marilyn Spirit Level. It's right here on my brochure. Well, they don't want to have to answer these questions. The school administrators want to teach their lies and not be questioned. And this was a real, like, an assault to them. Because they are part of the deception.
I gave him my name. I thought you had done that.
I just said Marilyn Spirit Level. He gets out his little tablet and is writing it down like it's official or something. Ah, get out of town.